At Ancient Art of Stone, we create soul portraits, I like to say. So if we created for you a fireplace or an entryway to your home, create something specifically for you by talking to you and then intuitively knowing what would be appropriate for you. I've done this for 25 years. I've developed this style, this thing that you've come to know. If you know me, you know what I do. And Naomi and I came together and we formed Ancient Art of Stone. We've worked with steel a fair bit before. I love steel and stone together. I love stone and wood together. So that was a given. It was trying to figure out how the steel and the stone should come together and the personalities bringing the ideas.
We have a unique position in the stone world in that we have contacts around the world for stone, different stone materials from thinly cut onyx, the highest grade that you could find, to lapis lazuli that is the bluest lapis you'd ever see. It allows for us to create things that are beyond the ordinary and very rare.
Along the way, while in South Dakota, we had access to a huge wire saw, and there's big boulders all over the field. So we took a boulder and we sawed the face off the boulder and kept the bottom natural, and one thing led to another. That became the bar top, and then from there it became design ideas were thrown around. We started discussing about steel, how we could hold this thing up, and wrought iron, and slowly this bar, in a very organic way, morphed into what we have here.
Just even to have some of these stone pieces on their own is rare, but to have it become a collective piece, a functional art form, something that every time you look at it, you never tire of looking at a piece through Ancient Art of Stone. Affecting
the bar with the man's hand, but everything's still handmade, bringing in pebbles and semi-precious stones, and then within those stones bring the elements of the basalt, both natural and polished, so all the colors and hues, and taking into account shadows, and also taking into account that we wanted light to come through a good proportion of the stone, and light the stone from the outside too and create shadow play. So there was, I feel the biggest role I had in it was orchestrating all of these elements. I found it exciting to take that challenge of bringing light to and through stone and bringing metal into it, and being actually quite three-dimensional as well as two-dimensional. We covered so many elements on this in a short period of time, from delicate little stones to watching the guys welding even with tweezers the other day, to using 500, 600 pound stones as main elements. That was fascinating to bring all these different pieces together.
I'm a blacksmith, so my primary process is forging material, which is technically transforming the cross-sectional shape of the material through the application of heat and pressure, which essentially comes down to heating up a bar of metal and beating it with a hammer until it transforms into a completely different and much more beautiful shape than you start with. The hinges themselves are actually forged from 1.5 inch round steel bar, stretched and squashed and compressed, and all the things I can do with hot steel when it's in that sort of plastic state.
I've always loved the idea of secret doors, vaults, bookcases that open, and so we dabbled into this idea of creating a drawer that you can't tell is a drawer until you press the secret button and it opens. And I've heard about these fellows liking to have these secret gun vaults. So I thought, oh, let's create a gun vault inside this bar. And so my hope throughout this process of creating these bars has been that we'll meet someone at one of these shows, a very dynamic person that will truly appreciate, fall in love with one of these bars, acquire it and invite us to their home, and thus begin a relationship where we build something far more profound for them. But it began because we made those bars.
Not only enliven but beautify their home, bring a new vibration, but that it will bring more work, that we can develop relationships and continue to do what we love and our passion for stone and creation.
This has had such a profound effect on me that I'll be so inspired to take this bar and raise it yet again to find even more interesting things within this realm. I'm so jazzed about pushing this envelope to wherever we can take it to.
I hope that the bars are very well received, and I can't see it being any different because they're just stunning. And the quality and the feeling when you stand in front of that piece, you're in awe. And I think it will be spectacular. I believe the response will be very strong.
I've been enjoying saying with Naomi lately that this is cutting edge in the stone world, and yet I find that to be a funny way of saying, or a funny thing to say, because stone is so ancient, and to call it cutting edge, but I don't know what other words to use. I think it is. And it's great to come up with something new and something so ancient.